Hello students. Today we are going to learn a 8 program in WebLab. Here we can check it out 8 program. In the 8th program there are 4 subsections. One is implementing a simple calculator operations. Second one, transpose of a matrix. Third one, multiplication of two matrices. And fourth one, addition of two matrices. First we will see implementation of simple calculator operations. Now here already I have written a code. Now we will check it out. In this first program 8a we have to perform simple calculator operations. So in the first lab program what we have done in the web lab, we have written the simple calculator operations with the JavaScript along with the HTML code. Here also what we are going to do, here we are going to write the front end part will be an HTML, back end part will be your PHP. Okay, so now we will see the front end part. See, first we know that whatever the text boxes, whatever the check boxes, if you want to write or if you want to put it in the web page, that all those things we should be incorporated within the form tag. So you can check it out here. I have written a form tag and closing of my form. Within the form only I have written everything here. So now I have taken a first value. This is your label. Just I have written a label, first value. Okay, under this first value, I am going to take an input which is called as input, type is equal to text, where ID is equal to first, name is equal to first. This is just I'm giving an identification for that particular text box. Second, here I have taken a second value which is of second, label I have written as in second value, and the input tag is type is equal to text. For this to identification of this particular text box, I have taken two attributes. One is ID, another one is name. After taking the two values, we have to perform the operation. After performing the operation, we have to print the result. So what I have done, I have taken one text box. In the text box, I am going to display the result. So here we can check it out. Input type is equal to text. To identify this text box, I have taken two attributes. One is ID, another one is name. After that, I want to print the value in this particular text box. So, where value is equal to whatever the perform operation we have done in the PHP part, I have taken and I am displaying here. PHP syntax and whatever the result which is stored in the dollar residual, that is what I am going to display it here. This is your result box. Second, I have given I have taken two new lines. After that, what I am going to do here, I am taking four radio buttons. One is for addition, another one is for subtraction, another one is for your multiplication, fourth one is for divide. Okay, so all these things I have taken it for your radio buttons. Why? Because once I've select one operation, it has to perform only based on that operations, based on that selection operation. Okay, so for this, so I have taken radio buttons. After taking radio buttons, I have taken one button which is of type submit. Whenever we are going to make use of sub form, most of the times we are going to make use of value called submit. For that, name is equal to answer, where ID is equal to answer. To identify that particular button, we have taken these two attributes. Next, where value is equal to answer, and then calculate, we have taken a button. So now the front end part is done. Once we click this particular button, we have to perform the operation and then we have to display the result. So what we had done, we had come up with the backend part which is of PHP. So here the PHP syntax is there. This is your PHP syntax. So now what I have done here, if $post of group 1, in the sense if we have set this particular any one operation, if we have set any one operation, like if we have selected add or subtract or multiplication or division, so we are coming up with this. If it is setted, it will enter into this particular part now. Okay. Now, if is set of $post1 of group 1, if must and should, we have to set either add or mul or div or subtract. So if we have setted, what we are going to do here, we are going to extract the values from that particular HTML page. So $v1 is equal to $post first. So here you can come up with, for the first value, the ID is of your first. In the sense, we are extracting the value which is present in that particular text box with the ID which is called as first. The same way for your second. Now here we are coming up with the condition. So $_post of group of 1, whatever we had set it here, no, when we set it in the radio box, the same thing here, it will cross verify. If you have selected add, it will going to check add is equal to add. So don't confuse here, add is equal to add, why it is written here, we have it add. So the same thing here, this value is extracted and it is placed in this place. So add is equal to add, subtract is equal to subtract, times is equal to times, divide is equal to divide. Now it will cross verify. Once we cross verified, if that particular value matches with this particular text, then it will enter into any one of the tests and it will perform that operation. Suppose, assume that I have selected an add. So add is equal to add. Yes, exactly, it is correct. Now it will perform the add operation and it will store the result in the $res. Once it stored the dollar value in the $res, now you can come up with the result section. Here you can check it out at $res. So here we are printing the result in that particular text box. Now save the code, go back to your localhost and work on it. Localhost program 88.php. Now you can check it out. There are 3 text boxes. One is for 10. Second value I'm entering as a 10. Now I'll perform plus operation. In the sense, internally add is equal to add. Yes, it is correct. So now when I calculate, a result should be printed in this result text box. So when I click on calculate, now you can check it out. Your result is 20 here. This is all about your calculation of your simple calculator program. Now let's jump to the second problem statement, which is of finding a transpose matrix. Finding of a transpose of a matrix. So now we'll move to the finding of a transpose of a matrix. Now here what we are going to learn. We are going to learn how to store the values in an array. So as in the theory explanation, I have explained for you how to store the array values in an array. So first I have to take it one array. This is one array. Within this one array, if I want to store it in the row wise the values, you have to take it one array method and 1, 2. This represents your one row, where 4, 5 represents your second row, 7, 8 represents your third row. Okay, this is how we can store the values in an array. Now, what do you mean by transpose matrix? Transpose matrix is nothing but converting the rows into columns or columns into the rows. That's it. Understood? Now I'll explain for you output. Like example, if you have 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, 4, 5, 7, 8. This is your entry in your array. So now this has to be converted into the columns. See, wherever you have, see, the rows should be converted into the columns now. So now 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 should be your output. This has to be your output and this has to be your input. This is how we have given the input. Now your output should be in this format. This is what we are going to call it as a transpose matrix. So now what we are going to do here, row count. In the sense, we are going to check whatever the count we have in your row. The same way here we are going to check up with your matrix. Sorry, a column matrix. If you want to find out the columns, so we can come up with an easy way. So just we can come up with the column number. So dollar matrix of 0, in the sense it represents the column count. So if you want to find out the row count, directly you can present your matrix name. Okay, so row count is stored it in the row count, column count is stored it in the dollar call count. So now echo the input matrix A is. So this is the actual values what we have stored here that we are printing on the console, window. So $R is equal to 0, less than count or plus plus. This is your column count. We are taking the values and we are printing on the console. That's it. Next, echo the output of transpose matrix. Just check it out, the transpose matrix what we have done. Whatever the row count is there, just 2 for loops as it is I have taken, but just have interchanged the printing of your values. You can check it out. In the first box here I have an R, in the second box I have an C, but whereas coming to your transpose, here I have written $C and $R. Just I have interchanged the local variables. That's it. This is all about your transpose matrix. Save the code, go back to the local host and you can work on it. Localhost, just change it to 8b.php. See, now you can check it out. The input matrix A is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. That has to be the way rows should be converted to a columns. Now you can check it out, where 1, 2 is your column, here 1, 2 is of your row, where 4, 5 is of your row, here it is column, 7, 8 is your row, and here it is in column. Okay, this is about your transposing of your matrix. Now next, multiplication of two matrices. Just here I have taken two matrices. One is matrix 1, another one is matrix 2. Where I have stored 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 are the values. Now first what I am going to do here, I am going to check the counts. See what is the row count and what is my column count. As I have said in the transpose matrix, if I want to get the row count directly, I can assign the matrix name so that I can get the count value. So if I want to find out the column count, must and should I have to present one index so that I can point out the column count. So I have got it, those the values. So now here you can check it out. We are printing the values on the console here. Just we are printing the values of the first matrix. We are printing on the console. Next, here we are printing the second matrix value. Here I am printing the second matrix values. Once after printing first matrix and second matrix, now I am performing the multiplication. So here you can check it out, echo the multiplication of matrix I have printed. Below that statement I am going to write so I am printing the multiplication values. To store the result, I have declared one result and along with one empty array. One empty array I have created. So now we will check here, if column count is equal to row count. Whenever we are performing the multiplication, we should have an equal number of rows and columns. For that we are going to check. If the columns and rows are equal, then we can perform the multiplication. So for $R is equal to 0 row count, column count. Row count and column count we have taken. Once we have taken, we are going to check for the first iteration, it is 0. Now using for your k, we have multiplying. See, for matrix 1 I have taken R with a k and matrix 2 with a k with the count. it will perform this values and it will store it in this particular way. Once it has performed the value, it is going to store it in this particular array format. So echo dollar result. So after storing into the value, directly we are printing in this console. That's it. Just if this condition is not matching, directly it will come your else part and it says that multiplication cannot be performed. It will says now save the code, go back to your local host and work on it. Just you print on it on the console. Program 8C. Now you can check it out. Where 1, 2, 4, 5 is your first matrix, where 4, 5, 6, 7 is your second matrix. Or else I'll change the statement. Give me 1 minute. Echo. Where here I'll write it. Second matrix. Here I'll write it. The first matrix. Save the code, go back to here and I'll refresh it. Now you can check it out. 1, 2, 4, 5 is your first, 4, 5, 6, 7 is your second matrix, and it has performed your multiplication of your matrix. This is about your multiplication of your matrix. Second, addition of two matrices. Same way, to perform your addition of two matrices, we need to have two matrices. Just I have taken matrix 1 and matrix 2. Okay, where matrix 1, which is from an array, matrix 2 is of your also an array. As usual, if you want to find out the column count, just matrix of column index, just directly you can pass it as an array name to find out the row count. Next, I am printing the first matrix. Just I am printing the first matrix. The same way here also I am printing the second matrix. I am printing here a second matrix. Now here what I am going to check here, you can check it out, where row count is equal to row count. In the sense here both the rows and both the columns should be equal of both the matrices. Then only we can perform the addition matrix. Understood? Row count of the first matrix and row count of the second matrix, it is checking whether equal length or not. So here also the same thing, the column count is also checking. When both the matrices are equal, then we are performing the matrix operation. Echo for $C is equal to 0, $C less than $count and $C plus plus. Just we are taking one matrix and we are performing the operation here. And in order to explain in detail for this, hope everyone know. So $value is equal to $matrix, $R. In the sense we are extracting the first row and second matrix row. We are extracting. Then we are printing the value on the console. Just we are printing the console. If this condition is not matching, we are clearly saying here addition cannot be performed. Save the code, go back to the local host, perform the operation, save the code, and refresh it. See, now you can check it out, the input matrix and multiplication matrix, first matrix, second matrix and third matrix. This is your addition of two matrices. This is how we can perform the matrix operations like addition, multiplication, transpose. Okay, fine. Thank you.